Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do my September book haul. So in the month of September I actually acquired a lot more books than I thought I had. I didn't think I had a lot of books this month, but I got a total of 9 books, whether I bought them myself or received them in a subscription box or from the publisher or somewhere else. 9 is a good month and hopefully I'll get to all these in the next few months. But without further ado, I'm just going to jump right in and get started. The first stack of books I'm going to talk about today are the books that I actually bought myself this month, which is a lot of them. And the first one of those is Vicious by Victoria Schwab, aka V.E. Schwab. This is one of the most beloved books here on BookTube, especially recently because the sequel Vengeful just came out this past week, and I have heard fantastic things about this book. Ever since I started watching BookTube, even before I was part of the BookTube community, I've been hearing raving reviews about this. This is a adult fantasy book and it follows 2 former best friends and college roommates who did an experiment when they were in college to try and give themselves superpowers, and it follows them years later as they are now arch enemies. And yeah, again, I've been hearing fantastic things about this. This is the new cover they just came out with earlier this year and I think is absolutely stunning. So I love this all red aesthetic that it has. I think, like I said, it's stunning. So I am so excited to read this. I want to get to this in October if possible, but I really need to get to this soon. The book I bought this month is Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake. And this is another book that has been getting a lot of really good reviews lately because of the 3rd book in the series just dropping at the beginning of the month. It is YA fantasy and it follows a world in which every time a queen rules over the land they have a set of triplets, and 16 years later, once the triplets are 16 years old, they are put together in a fight to the death to kill one another to figure out who will be the new queen. And there's also different elements. One of them is like a poison tester, another one can control the elements, and the other one can control animals, which is really interesting. Again, I've been hearing mostly positive reviews. I've heard some negative ones in the past, but I heard the series gets better with each book, so hopefully I will enjoy this and continue on with the series. The next 2 books are both by the same author, and that is Stephen King. So the first one of his books that I picked up this month was On Writing, and this is a memoir of the writing craft. Now, you guys know I have been trying to write a book for about a year now. I did participate in NaNoWriMo last year. I actually won the entire thing, but I haven't really gone back to my project since last December. And I've been really needing some motivation recently to get back into writing. So I picked up Stephen King's work mostly for that, but I also was taking a creative writing class this fall for my fall semester at college. And the professor actually recommended this to everyone to read. So that's really exciting. Again, if you guys haven't been following my channel for that long, I love Stephen King. I've been reading his books since February, and I have pretty much loved every single one of them. And I'm hoping this one, even though it's nonfiction, that's normally not my genre, I will love it as well. I'm really interested to see what he has to say on writing as a craft. Stephen King book I picked up this month is Misery, and I honestly don't know anything about this. I know a little bit about it. My mom has read it, she really likes it, and it is, from what she has told me, about this fan of an author who is like really mad about the way a certain book in the series ended or something along those lines. Other than that, I don't know. I could have gotten that synopsis completely wrong, but again, I've heard fantastic things about this from my mom, from the BookTube community in general who reads Stephen King's works. Hopefully I will like it in general. Like I said previously with On Writing, I have really loved his books in the past, so this one is just another one to add to my Stephen King obsession. The book that I actually bought myself this month is Irish Folk and Fairy Tales by W.B. Yeats, and I bought this because again, same thing with On Writing, I'm going to be using it for NaNoWriMo this year if I don't return to last year's project. And that's because I had an idea at the beginning of, I want to say it was July, to do a book on Fae. So I know with a mythological creature like the Fae, you kind of have to do some research. So I actually watched a video that Sasha over at Book Utopia did, because she had, or has, a ongoing project kind of on the lines of the Fae as well, and I'll link her video down below. And She said that the Fae are primarily focused in Scottish mythology, but they are kind of fun. These next two books start the stack in which I either got them for review, or they were sent to me in my subscription box for this month, or I got them from a family friend. And the first two were sent to me from the publisher, and I'm so excited to have copies of these. And that is the paperback version of Forest of a Thousand Lanterns and an arc of its sequel, Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix, both by Julie C. Dowd. Thank you so much to Penguin Teen for sending me copies of these books to review. I am so excited about this. So, Forest of a Thousand Lanterns was one of my most anticipated releases of last year. It is a YA fantasy retelling of the Evil Queen fairy tale inspired by East Asian mythology. That sounds amazing. I love the Evil Queen, in case you couldn't tell. And I also love Asian-inspired fantasy series. I think they're really interesting to read about. Asia has always been something that has interested me ever since I was a little kid, and it still continues to this day. And I've heard fantastic things about Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. And then Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix, like I said, is the sequel. It comes out on November 6th, so be sure to keep your eye out for this one, and I will have a link to pre-order it down below. So excited to read these. And also, before I forget, Forest of a Thousand Lanterns is going to be the chapter by chapter book club book of the month for the month of October. So stay tuned to hear more about that and my October TBR. Next book that I am going to haul today is Mirage by Samya Dowd, which I hope I said that author's name correctly. I'm so sorry if I did not. This was sent to me in my Owl Crate box for this month, and I love this cover. It is beautiful. So I don't know really anything about this book. I actually had an arc of it when it came. I got it from NetGalley back in like June, I want to say. I just never got around to reading it. But other than that, I don't know anything about it. It sounds from like the synopsis, from what I can tell, it has some like Arabian Night inspiration to it, but I could be completely wrong. And that's about it. That's really all I know. But I am excited to get to this nevertheless. And the last book that I have to haul today is one that I already own like 4 copies of, but you know, why not own another copy of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling? Like I said, I own like 3 other copies of this book, but I just can't help myself. This was given to me by actually one of my neighbors, and I don't really need to explain myself on this one. You guys know I love Harry Potter. It's my favorite series. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to say about this book, but I'm so happy to have them in my collection nevertheless. And anyways, that's going to be it for this video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have not already, I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below some of the books you guys bought this month, as I would love to know. And as always, all my social media links are linked down below for you guys if you'd like to follow me on any of those. And all being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching today. Bye!